The ruins of the ancient city of Carthage look out over the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Tunis in Tunisia. Carthage is said to have been founded in 814 BC by Phoenician Queen Dido and flourished into a prominent port city. The city then entered into a turbulent relationship with the Romans when the Punic Wars broke out. Carthage was utterly demolished by the Roman Empire during the Third Punic War and then revived as a Roman city shortly after. Because the Romans burned the town during the war, knowledge of Carthaginian culture is limited. Ruins that can be seen today are primarily Roman, including the Roman amphitheater and the Antonine Baths. Visitors enter Carthage by passing through the ruins of the ancient wall spanning 23 miles around the city. The town of El Jem, Tunisia contains an abundance of remnants from the Roman Empire. Still only half exposed above Tunisian sands, El Jem Amphitheater attests to the legacy of ancient Roman rule. The amphitheater's towering colonnades were meant to impress visitors centuries ago as they impress visitors today. This amphitheater is the third largest of its time, after the Colosseum in Rome and the Capua Theater. In ancient Roman times, the amphitheater was used for public spectacle fights featuring chariot races and gladiator battles. Visitors can walk the amphitheater's expansive 427-meter circumference and tour the varying levels from spectacle seating to the dungeon. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is the ancient town of Kairouan. This holy town was founded in the 7th century as a military outpost because of its preferable locale and terrain. As a result of its religious, cultural, and political importance, the town has been lavishly adorned with intricate tile work and stunning architecture. Throughout its somewhat tumultuous history, this area has been ruled by and been home to many tribes and peoples of multiple nationalities. This town is a mecca of religious studies and is home to some of the most prolific mosques in the world. Kairouan is a heavily trafficked pilgrimage site and is said to be one of the holiest cities in the Islamic faith. The Tunisian city of Sousse presents as a jewel on the Mediterranean Sea. This city has been a center of human activity for almost 1,000 years, but did not receive its current name until the 18th century. The Tower of Ribat rises tall and stately above the rest of the Sousse skyline. The classic Arabic architecture gives this city its mysterious charm. Many buildings and artifacts are centuries and in some cases nearly a millennium old. This prolific oasis offers each visitor their own unique and exciting experience within its city limits. What can, at first sight, look like a sand mirage floating on the landscape of Tunisia is the Monastir Ribat. This structure is a masterpiece, representing hundreds of years of battle, prayer, and renovation. The carefully crafted tower of this fortress-turned-historical landmark offers fantastic views of the nearby harbor. Stone pillars and hand-laid walls represent the first line of defense for this bewitching spectacle of North African history. Ominous gateways lead into a stately courtyard where modern filmmakers have retold the stories embedded in these monumental walls. A spectacle of historical relevance, religious refuge, and ancient wars, the Ribat dominates the shoreline and city of Monastir. Many sites of previous Roman occupation now only contain marble fragments or the rare museum-worthy statues. However, visitors to Douga, Tunisia will be pleasantly greeted by the sight of an entire ancient Roman city. With a vast range of ruins, from temples to houses to a capital, many of which are in remarkably good condition, overflow with history. There are statues, carvings, and a theater which has been restored and put into current use for classical performances. Before it was conquered by the Romans, Duga was a Numidian settlement that had most likely been founded in the 6th century BC. There are few Roman ruins in the world as large, complete, and untouched as this once prominent North African town.